Hi guys, and welcome back to Used and Reviewed. In this video we'll be taking a look at the MagicBox Parabola DAB and FM stereo radio. Now this is a very reasonably priced DAB radio. You can probably pick it up for around the £30 to £40 mark. So I'll just quickly show you the box. I'm not going to go through all the items, but here's some of the product features. So not only is it a DAB radio, it's also got FM radio on as well. And you obviously have a number of presets that you can set, 10 for DAB, 10 for FM, and it's also can act as an alarm clock. So there is a dual alarm and there's an alarm mechanism there as well. In terms of what's in the box, you've got the actual system itself, the mains power adapter and the user manual. On the opposite side is kind of a reverse image of the other side, and then finally on the side you've got here some of the stations that you're going to be able to get through DAB radio. So let's have a look inside the box. So we have one user manual, so that's going to tell you how to get up and running and some of the features available on the DAB radio, and pop that to one side. We also have the power adapter here. As you can see, we're in the UK, so it's a UK power adapter. Now you can also use this radio off batteries, so it's great as a little portable device. And here we have the radio itself. So there's two colours available. There's one in silver, and then this one has actually got a pink handle on. I'm going to give you a quick tour around the product before I actually give you my opinion on the device, which I've been using for a few weeks now. On the front, as you can see, you've got the main area here is taken up by the LED screen. Underneath is where the speaker units are actually contained. The two speakers, it is a stereo system, so that's good news, and the MagicBox logo at the bottom. On the top there are an array of buttons which I'll come back to in a moment. As you can see, you've got the handle going across the top as well for portability. On the back of the unit you firstly have the telescopic aerial. Now you're going to need this. I've found that reception of the unit is a bit wanting, and you may need to use the aerial and extend it to get a better reception. Underneath we have the on and off switch, the power connector, and also there is a headphone socket as well. It's a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now underneath you'll find the compartment for the batteries. Now unfortunately there are no batteries included in the pack. A little bit disappointing, but at this price range I can understand why. In terms of the batteries, it takes 4 batteries and the 1.5 volts, and they're the LR14 C-sized batteries. Now let's have a look at the top of the unit, and I'll just zoom in to the buttons along the top. Now I'll just talk about the sort of build quality first. The actual unit is made of plastic all the way around, and the buttons they're a bit, I wouldn't say cheap, but they are a little bit wanting. You can tell in terms of the quality of the build. And I'll just scroll through each of the buttons now. You've got from left to right the power button to obviously turn the unit on. The mode button will switch from DAB to FM radio. Preset button to access all those stored radio stations. You've got a left arrow, a right arrow, and the enter button, which you're going to be used to select radio stations or menu items and actually select them with the enter button there. The info button is mainly used for giving more information about the particular radio station you're on, and then you've got the volume buttons on the right hand side. So I'm just going to power up the unit. Now it does take a few seconds to actually power up, and as you can hear, at the moment reception is quite poor, but if I adjust the antenna, there we go, the sound comes back. Now I'm going to have to turn this down a little bit for obviously copyright reasons, but in terms of the actual speaker, there are two 1.5 watt speakers, which obviously not huge, but they're enough to fill a kitchen or a bedroom, and I've never had an issue with them when I've been using the unit as well. So just bear that in mind. You're not going to be able to blare out the music too loud, but it's not that bad, and it's quite decent for the actual unit itself. Now I wanted to just flick through the info button just to give you an idea of the information that you're going to receive on the backlit display here. As you can see at the moment, it's on BBC Radio 1. The next screen here, it tells you about the actual signal strength that you've got, and if you've got it as a preset station. We've then got the time and date, the type of music, the actual whether it's in mono or stereo, and the actual bit rate. And then here's the scrolling information. So this is the actual dynamic label segment, and this really is just, it can be anything. It could be the DJ's name, it could be the artist that's playing, etc. So that's built in. It's a great little feature as well, and you know that it's obviously in there. And then you've got the frequency of the radio station that you are actually listening to. So the MagicBox Parabola, despite sounding like a deadly virus, is a decent unit. There's a few things I like about it, and there's a few things I don't like. I love the handle. I like the fact that you could take this out, you could have it in the garden, etc., as I've already said, and the batteries in terms of the battery compartment. I don't like the fact there are no batteries included in the box, and that's a little bit of a shame, but obviously you can pick them up fairly cheap. The alarm system, great. You can use this as an alarm. You can either set it as a buzzer, or you can have the radio coming on in the morning to wake you up. And the only other thing that I'd mentioned is the reception indoors. It can be a bit hit and miss. The antenna helps, but it may be that it will work, it may not. So that pretty much sums up my thoughts on the box. I hope you like the review, guys. As usual, please give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment, let me know, what do you think? Is it a reasonably priced DAB radio? Would you pay a little bit extra to get a better unit? And as always, if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and we'll see you all in the next video.